Hey, what's going on, everybody? In this video series of being a terminal operator, I'm going to talk about an operation that we conduct at our terminal. And a part of being a terminal operator at the terminal that I work at is you have to be a PIC, which is a person in charge, or some terminals call it having your tankerman's endorsement. And for example, there are so many variables when dealing with this industry. Some terminals are inland, meaning they do not have water access. So they don't have vessels, they don't have tugs, they don't have docks to worry about people being um, PIC certified or having your tankerman's endorsements, your license to be on the dock, approval by the Coast Guard. And the terminal that I work at, we actually have a tanker dock which receives vessels, and we also bunker barges, vessels, and then we have a barge dock which we can load tugs or barges. So it's so many variables, but in anything that I do, I always try to find the good in it. And the last time that I was on the dock, the barge dock, I thought about it. I actually made $1,000 watching the Dolphins play, and I had never seen that before. And he said, "Well, how did you make $1,000?" Because I worked on last Labor Day, so I was making my regular pay plus the overtime, plus I got paid holiday pay for working on Labor's Day. So if you do the math, it's up there. So I never seen dolphins in that capacity. It was just so amazing, and it was because there was a tug that I was loading on the barge dock, but there also was a barge, a huge barge that was discharging to our shore tanks. So you had to have a guy on the tanker dock, and then I was on the barge dock. And like I said, in order to do that, you have to have your tankerman's endorsement. And vessels come in from all over the world, different countries and all over the world. And then they'll say, "Hey, you load master?" So I believe some places call them load masters, but it's all considered a PIC, a person in charge. And it's because when you have a transfer, for example, from a vessel or barge to shore, you have to have someone on a vessel. So it's like a VPIC vessel person in charge. And you have to have someone on shore that's the person in charge. So you have to have two people, one person on the vessel or barge, and then one person on the docks. And basically, you're like, "What are you doing?" Nothing really. Just being honest. I mean, it's not like it's just requirement that you have to have when doing that transfer. And then I'm just being honest. I'm not going, "Oh yeah, it's this big capacity job." No, it's what you're doing every hour. You should walk out and look at the valves, check for drips. You're making sure that both arms, or how many arms, has the correct pressure. I know we cannot go over 150 psi or 10 bars. So that's something you're doing in the key meeting. So for example, when a vessel first comes to the terminal and they say, "Hey," and then we get the arms hooked up, they get the gangway down, whatever. And then we say, "Hey, you're gonna do the key meeting." And what is that? That's like a job briefing. So that's where you go over the parcel that they're going to discharge, and then we confirm it, make sure everything is accurate. Then we're going to go through what tanks we're going into, if there's an emergency, who to contact, what radio channel we're on. So just a lot of safety items that we're going over in the key meeting. And then we'll get started. And then whoever's on dock watch or whoever's going down to the tanker dock or barge, if you hit it just right, So for example, on the previous shift, a vessel could show up, and then it takes them about an hour to get moored up. That's where you have the line boat. They grab the dock lines, and they go take them out to the dolphins, and then somebody climb up and throw them over the dolphins, and then the vessel tightens it up. So their lines get tightened up, they're getting moored up. And then that takes probably about an hour, give or take, to get all the lines tight. And then, like I said, every vessel operates at a different speed. Sometimes you'll be looking like, what are these guys doing? Or sometimes they'll be right on it. So just a lot of variables. So for example, say like it's 10:30 now, and a vessel showing up off dock, and then it takes about an hour for them to get all fast, and then once it takes about an hour for them to get all fast, they get the gangway down, boom, they drop the gangway down, and then we hook up the arms. You just could depend on what product, so there are different arms for the different products. And then let's say it's probably about 12:30ish, and I said we're gonna have the key meeting. So we have the key meeting, and then we're going to discuss the products to be discharged. We're going to discuss what to do in the event of an emergency, because it's Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, so you constantly have thunderstorms, you have rain showers, like wind gusts. So if there's like a particular storm that's coming, we're going to keep watch. If it gets pretty dangerous, we'll stop the discharge, close the valves. So there's a lot of variables, but honestly, it's a really good job in terms of the amount of money that you make versus what you're doing. So it's a dangerous job because of what we handle, hazardous materials, gasoline, diesel, asphalt, ethanol, and so forth. But it's very simple. It's opening and closing valves, making sure that the product doesn't cross. So when you're on dock watch, that's what you're doing. You're just looking at the valves, the same valves, like what, 6 valves, 7, 8 valves. You're just going out there walking, making sure nothing's leaking, and then you're looking at their mooring lines, and then you're just looking at the dolphins, and then you're just like doing this, and then you go back in the shed and just wait to do nothing again. Me personally, I really don't like it. It's hard. I mean, because imagine like you go down there and sit for 12 hours. It's like, oh my goodness, it's hard. And then imagine like you've been up all day and you're going in at night, and it's like, you're not supposed to be asleep down there. You're supposed to be down there, the person in charge. But it's like, so. But how I made $1,000 watching the Dolphins play, the barge, I guess they had the thrusters left on. So the dolphins are the top predators in the river. And it's just amazing seeing them, how playful they look, because they just look so playful. But when fish sense the dolphins around, they scatter. I mean, they're gone, because dolphins are they're apex predator. But it was just amazing. I literally watched dolphins. Like you can see them. I don't have video, because technically we have all those signs up that you're not supposed to have any type of cameras or phones or anything. And then it's the company I work for. So I don't want to do anything wrong to snap a picture, grab a picture, and then it turns around and just becomes a disaster. So that's why even when I make these videos, I be very discreet in what I'm saying. I mean, because it is on the dock, you have to have your TWIC card. Your it's like a badge permitting you access because of the shore access that we have. So it's like federal clearance that you have to have to work where I work. And so I'm very discreet in some things that I'm saying. And but it was amazing. Now that I think about it, I told my wife, I said, I actually made $1,000 just watching dolphins play all day long. That was amazing. And that's one reason why I want to do this video as well, to document it, like a vlog, video log of being a person in charge or a load master, and then having your Tankerman's endorsement, it's kind of all considered the same. But see, at my job, they don't actually give a card or a certification. There's just a letter to the Coast Guard saying that I'm certified to work on the dock. So if the Coast Guard, because you could be on the dock, just like, you're not supposed to, but if you down on the dock, and then you can see them when they're making a beeline towards your dock. Because when you're on the dock, you see the boats and the vessels going up and down the river, but you can tell when there's a fleet of boats they're projected to hit your dock. So they're coming, like, hey, Coast Guard coming. So we stop everything what we're doing, and then they're just gonna come and do an inspection of everything. And they do like a mock emergency inspection or something, and then really just delays everything really, and then everything gets stopped, and then that letter that's on the dock is what tells the Coast Guard that I am certified to be down there doing what I'm doing. But if you haven't checked out any of my other videos talking about what I do as a terminal operator, please check it out. And also, reason why I love my job is because I'm off this week and I've been doing a ton of fishing. I'm about to go hit the water right now. Very excited. I hope I produce. And purpose of my fishing channel, Catch Not Fish, is when you go fishing, you want to catch fish, not just go fishing. I want to produce, put fish in the boat. So the next item I'm about to talk about, please check it out. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.